Hold on.
Lace, you grew up among humans, right? Do you believe in the Maker?
Come to think of it, I don't know anymore. But I don't think an indifferent god is better than an evil one.
The Anda make demands, friend.
I'm glad the market's still open during occupation. It probably helps to feel that some things are still the same.
So many things you could buy. How do you choose?
Cafe later?
Welcome to the Dapper Duration. Line away.
Why is this butcher always talking?
There's the place. Keep your eyes open. We may not be the only ones interested. We've got Anton between us.
They killed Darren! They killed my cousin! They're weak on the left. Got them!
Take him out!
That's done. Are you Jacobus?
Darren, my cousin. They... Please, you have to finish Darrett's contract. It's about the butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then... someone has to finish this for Darrett. Please.
We will. You should get back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Teja and Viago. Just follow the marks. The crow who dropped it off left marks for Dareth to follow.
I spotted something on the walls. Earlier, I mean.
Let's go look. That's a crow marker. Real tricky to throw. It's gotta be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
even during an occupation, the market is still pretty busy.
I've always loved market days, except for when they're occupied by Antam.
We should go somewhere. The lighthouse is starting.
Place, I was just thinking about this old elven lullaby. It goes, Irsa Telnal, Mithalas Matheneras.
Did you say Isatuno?
Here's another crow mark.
Now, where were we? Oh, right. Did you say Isatuno?
I didn't.
This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere. The Butcher is making poison. Kamek.
The poison that destroys your mind? That comic?
If I were the Butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line. The Antam brought in a Kamek master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Here we go. Those love a good zipline. Let's go. Over here! Take them out, quick!
Like we're doing this!
We're in. Let's find the Kamek master.
Obey or be caged like the Comet Master. Be your role. Be on top.
Watch out.
To the crows!
Obey or be caged like the Comet Master. Be your role. Be on top. Treviso is ours. Obey by example. Captain. Those who do not obey have no role. They do not exist. Choose to exist.
I can smell you, an outsider. Time to test my gift. I am will made flesh. So much flesh. Finally, what the butcher denied has come to me. Prove my worth.
The crows are here to end your threat. Poison up.
You face the gift of the gods!
It's done. The coming master's dead.
Thank goodness. Hate those things.
First things first, let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait. This note says that wasn't all the Kamek. The butcher's angry because some are missing.
Who else would want comic?
Good idea. But the note does mention the butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your mind? I told you crows to stay out of this!
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place!
You're responsible for the city.
This is Governor Evenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the butcher.
There's also the gods.
Excuse me?
They're using the Antam and making them monsters.
And the butcher?
You two are right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
I've had about enough. A fellow crow died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
It's my home too.
Evenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Evenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor. There's an interesting letter there, Rook.
An art merchant has information on the Anton?
Mistress Trella would not waste our time. Visit...
Please, I was just thinking about this old elven lullaby. It goes, Irsatel Mithalas Matheneras.
Did you say Isatuno?
I didn't, but it sounded like that, didn't it? I knew you'd catch that.
That...
Come on. Ilario will meet us at Cafe Pietra. It's not that far from here. We have time before he arrives. I wouldn't mind looking around a while. The markets are running. Good. I need to get some things while we're here. Let's try here.
Monster bones? Really?
For Hassan. Think of it as a bribe to stop him from chewing on the alluvian. Treviso. Barely had time to look around when we returned from the ossuary. And then there was the dragon.
You miss just being here? Without the chaos?
I used to think it would never change. Ah, here.
A potted plant?
For Harding's garden. Spearmint is supposed to calm bad dreams. It's good in desserts, too.
So you and Ilario are cousins?
Yes, but we're more like brothers. Katarina took us both in, a long time ago now. Here's the place. Bellara mentioned the dayless seafood recipe she wants to make.
The demon of Virantium is grocery shopping for the team.
Have you seen what they eat? It's a miracle you didn't all starve before you hired me.
When we met, it didn't seem like Ilario and Katarina were close.
It was hard to be close to her, even for me. And I was her favorite. Let's try here.
Antivan wine glasses. Very fancy.
For Emmerich. He keeps side-eyeing the drinkware and shaking his head when he thinks no one is looking. I once spent 4 hours in the market while Ilario searched for the perfect pair of silk gloves.
4 hours?
Ilario has always been fussy. And he wanted to impress a woman. A good selection. Fresh fruit. Nev only eats fried fish. You'd think a detective would have discovered scurvy by now.
I notice you have expensive taste.
I lived a very comfortable life before.
But you did your own shopping?
I suppose not always. Ah, perfect.
Ground peppers.
Tash said something about wanting more exciting meals. I thought I'd oblige.
Is that everything on the list?
Yes, and Ilario should be here by now. Let's go before he gets himself in trouble.
You can't buy something for everyone but yourself. Here, this is for you.
A wyvern tooth dagger? I loved wyverns as a boy. Katarina would never let me have one of these, though. Cafe Pietra is just ahead.
That's where we're meeting your cousin. Why not the casino?
House Cantori has many talents. Making coffee is not one of them.
Finally. I thought you might leave me here all by my lonesome.
Please. You think I'd ever pass up Cafe Pietra's coffee?
You see, Rook, my cousin is all stomach and no heart.
Don't mind him. Ilario cannot appreciate anything but himself. They serve a specialty roast here, Andoral's breath. Bitter and sweet, like a kiss goodbye. You should try it.
You just described my dream cup of coffee. So, have we done enough Three Crows in a coffee shop chatting about nothing to bore the spies?
Just about. The most persistent one gave up when Lucanis started getting all romantic about the roasts.
It's a very good roast. So, you have something?
The crows I sent after Sarah have picked up her trail. They say she's gone to Varantium.
I have a friend who's very good at finding people.
Katerina was first Talon. This is crow business. We can handle it.
Apparently not. Your lead is no good, cousin.
You have better information?
We're compromised. There's no other way Zara could even touch Katerina. You need your eyes here, in Antiva.
Zara would never be foolish enough to stay. Not with you out for blood.
Of course she would. If the crows protecting her are here.
Rook, Reason with him, would you? He's being paranoid.
I am not paranoid. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll clean house, all right? Leave this to me.
He's gone.
Of course he is. Ilario always caves under pressure.
Zara's not going to get Ilario, and she's not getting away with anything she's done. I promise.
Don't promise. But thank you.
So, you glad to be back in Antiva?
It doesn't feel real yet. And it wasn't this fool of Anton when I left.
I haven't gotten used to it either.
They say taste and smell awaken our strongest memories. For so long, memories were all I had. But whatever the circumstances, the here and now is a much finer place to be. How's your coffee?
Strong enough to take down a god. Ready to head back to the lighthouse?
Almost.